Hello everyone, welcome to Soul Seekers Tarot and your reading. I'm Corey. So in today's reading we're going to be looking at what the universe is sending you that you are currently attracting. So I had already done this, but I didn't have my microphone on, so that's why everything's laid out here already. So I'm going to, first of all, I want to tell you that things have changed for me. So I may not be doing Soul Seekers Tarot, the Pick a Card Tarot on Sundays always. It may be Sunday, but it might be either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday as well. So one of those Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, one of those 5 days. If you are like subscribed and you've hit the notification button, then you always know when I upload a new video. But if you haven't already subscribed, then or haven't hit the notification bell to be notified, you might want to do that. Okay, so here we got pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I said this is the I Ching, so just go with whatever image resonates with you. There's the hexagram here. This I Ching, it's card number 5 or hexagram number 5. And then I will read what the key word is for each one when I go to do the reading, okay, for each pile. Here's the image for pile 2. It's card number 5, hexagram. And you might see the hexagram in there. It's very hard to see, yes, okay. And then pile 3 is this one, card number 45. So that's the image for you. So if you go with some image that really speaks to you, go with that. If not, it was the numbers. So we got 3 or 4, 5 or 6, 1 or 2, and 3 or 4 could be 34 or 43 as well, and 7 if you add them together, and likewise for the other 2 piles. All right, so if it wasn't that grabs you, it is the zodiac signs, and we've got Aquarius here with Cancer, Scorpio, and Taurus. And then we have pile 2, we have Gemini, Virgo, Aries, and Leo. Get that guy standing right. And then pile 3, we have Pisces, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Libra. Okay, and those are the 3 piles you have to choose from. I'm sorry I had to do it like this, but like I said, I didn't have the, it's been what, I just want to say welcome back, by the way, too. And I hope you all had a happy holiday season. I did, with family and all that, so it was wonderful. It was nice to take time off from working and all that sort of thing. And I'm glad to be back, and I'm happy to be back here with you. So thank you for watching the video, and we'll see you during your reading. Bye for now. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, hi pile 1. Welcome to your reading, and you have chosen this particular image of the I Ching, card number 39. I have to look, it's so small, I think it's 39. Okay, so hexagram 39. And this is what we're going to be looking at with you having chosen this one, is what the universe is sending you right now that you're currently attracting. Well, soon. What the universe is going to be sending you soon that you're currently attracting. Okay, and if it wasn't your intuition choosing this card, that it didn't resonate with you, the image, it was the number. You have 3 or 4, or 34, 43, or 7 if you add them together. If it wasn't that, is your zodiac sign. We have Taurus and Cancer with Scorpio and Aquarius. Okay, so these are the 2 decks I'm using very simply. This time I've got Oracle deck, which is known as the Golden Future Oracle by Diana Cooper. We're going to just get some information. The I Ching is going to give us some information, and then this Oracle deck will help, and then the Tarot. We'll finish off with the Tarot. So Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, what is it for pile 1 that the universe is sending to them that they're currently attracting? So what will be coming from the universe? What is the universe gifting you? Well, it's a gift, guys, but it's also that you're the one magnetizing it to you through your current or, recent thoughts and feelings, desires. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got. We have leisure and sport. Participate and have fun. Number 6. That's family and love, the number is. Number 6. But I'll look at the meaning of it in just a moment. And I want to look at this one here for card number 39. It's going to give us a key word. Impasse. There's an impasse. Something you're trying to get over or get through or to obtain or achieve, and there's been something in the way. Somewhat of a, obstacle or challenge. I'm going to look up the meaning of impasse for you. Let's see. Because this might help a little bit. A situation in which no progress is possible, especially because of disagreement. It's a deadlock. What does it mean to reach an impasse? To reach an impasse means to get stuck in a situation where no further progress can be made, usually because people involved can't agree or find a solution, resulting in a deadlock, stalemate, or standstill, like two trucks stuck on a narrow road or a negotiator unable to compromise. It signifies a point where efforts to move forward have been exhausted and differing parties refuse to yield. So as far as I can tell, there's going to be progress moving forward. You may have been at an impasse, been feeling stuck in some way, that life is suddenly kind of passed you by, or you just are trying to make something happen and it's not happening. And you maybe have been asking why, because you have this desire in your heart to have that thing happen. A relationship, possibly a job that you want to get so that you can move out on your own, or maybe a job you want to get because you're moving away from a relationship. It could be anything that you want. Maybe you want to go on a vacation and something else is standing in your way. You might have the money for it or not, but if you have the money for it, there's something else that's stopping you from being able to go. It might be that you haven't been able to get your passport updated. It could be anything, and it might take a while for your passport to come through. Maybe in your country or even this country, things are backlogged with passports being renewed for one reason or another, political reason or something else going on. Okay, so then we've got leisure and sport. So it's participate and have fun. Let's see if there's something out of there that we can pull from that has something to do with what the universe is sending to you. Without work as we currently know it, people will have much leisure time in the golden future and the mindset to enjoy it. These high energy souls will need to express themselves physically. So in each area, there will be communal sports facilities freely available for everyone to use. In fifth dimensional consciousness, remember there's third dimension, which is the physical dimension, then fourth is space, and fifth is where spirit is, that's where we have our intuition, starts there. We connect with it there in the fifth dimension. In fifth dimensional consciousness, everyone is totally honest and respectful of equipment, so it will be left in sports halls or open spaces for everyone to use. Clear, pure lakes and pools will be constructed in recreation areas where communal-owned boats will be moored, and all manner of fun water sports. Equipment will be available to everyone. In the new consciousness, there is no loneliness. Everyone feels they belong, as is open and friendly. So people naturally congregate together and invite others to participate in their activities. So it sounds like you are going to be receiving the green light, basically. The green light to go forward and enjoy whatever it is that you have been trying to get past, get past something to achieve or obtain a relationship, money, like funds, a career, a job, education, maybe even to get pregnant, you know, anything, maybe to get married. There is going to be, it's a green light. And, you know, everyone, if you look at this more universally, because the universe is sending you this, universally is that everybody has a hand in your freedom, basically. Your ability to move forward, your ability to reach for the brass ring. Everybody has a hand in it. Now, that's not necessarily what you'll see at the level of form, but consciously, at higher consciousness, there's light beings that you don't see. There's spirit, there's family, and there's the consciousness of other people, like physical people, who are actually tapped into your betterment, because their betterment will improve as a result of your betterment, even though you may not even know each other. So what's good for you is good for, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Okay, let's go ahead and get some tarot. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, please speak to these two energies here for our pile one, as to what the universe is sending pile one that they are currently attracting. All right. Eight of Cups. There's walking away from an emotional investment. So there's something that you are trying to walk away from. Now, this doesn't have to be a relationship, but it could very well be. So either way, it could be anything that you've got, that you've had your emotions tied up in, that you at one time cared about, or that you at one time had the desire for. You know, it could be that you had the desire to just, if we were talking to a young person, let's say, who got out of high school and went to college, or got out of high school but didn't want to go to college, would rather work first, if at all go to college, right? But the desire was to not follow the parents' dreams. Maybe the parents want you to go to college, but you're not interested and haven't been interested. Maybe you haven't been the most, maybe you had not been the most, most kind of student that really put your effort into school to have the good grades. So you not maybe have an interest in being in school. It's like the last thing you'd ever want to do is go back to school, to go to college, right? So you're thinking, I want to go to work. Well, you may have been working for quite some time now, and you're thinking, you know what? There are careers or advancements in my place of work where I would love to be able to be promoted to. Like, for example, if you work in insurance, there's all sorts of room for advancement working in an insurance company, a company that underwrites for other companies, right? There's all sorts of advancements. And if you stay with the company long enough, you will be able to move up that ladder and basically become a supervisor or manager of a particular area of insurance underwriting. You know, say if they underwrite for people who own boating companies that make boats, or you know what I'm saying. So you might be having a chance to be promoted or to be leveled up in your position, but either A, you don't have the skill in it right now, enough skill to be considered, or you need to have some kind of bachelor degree, at the very minimum bachelor degree. So your desire might be to go back to school, right? Because you have this motivation, you have this desire to want to, oversee a department, or be a manager or supervisor instead of being the one being supervised or managed. Just an example. Okay, so you're walking away from something that was once ideal for you, even if it's a relationship with someone, and walking towards what will be more ideal for you. Like now, because we change, right? What's ideal for us now is not necessarily going to be in the future. and what then is ideal for us then is going to change, you know, and so forth and so on. King of Pentacles. Okay, King of Pentacles. The Emperor. Wow. I know I'm going to need the room, so I'm going to move it up right now. Queen of Swords. Holy moly. A lot of court cards here. Judgment. Making a decision. Following your calling. The Devil. Wow. Okay. True motivation. Obsession, right? Possibly toxicity. The Star. Yes, lovely. With the Seven of Pentacles, looking at all that you have achieved, or, you know, having a little nostalgia. With the King of Wands. Holy moly. And then at the back of the deck, we kind of have your future, further future. Eight of Wands, Knight of Wands, the Empress, and the Page of Pentacles. Wow. An offer. You're making an offer, someone's making an offer to you. I think that you're going to be able to make an offer. You're going to be in a position to make offers, or to have friends in higher places, that kind of thing. Let's see. So, King of Pentacles, walking away from what was not, is no longer, you know, your cup of tea. You know, King of Pentacles, you might have been, you've been becoming more informed, especially at the physical level. Maybe not so much at the spiritual level. You are tapped into the spiritual level. You understand that there is something beyond what we can see. But you have been really, really focused on making things happen for you here in the physical world. King of Pentacles. And you become somebody of authority, and some kind of authority, energy. Like you are someone that others can ask questions. You know a little bit more. You have information. You are someone who's done, you know, you've worked hard. You've done well for yourself. You're doing well for yourself. And you are now in this position where you have taken charge of your life. You want to take charge of your life, leave something behind, take part of taking charge of your life and taking control as an Emperor energy, which is now more so tapped into what cannot be seen, spirit, right? And become a master manifester as a result. You are building your empire of what it is that makes you tick. And you're walking away from things that would otherwise, you know, it's an impasse, right? Otherwise would hold you back. By staying in a situation with someone, or in some kind of circumstances, situation, you have been feeling held back, like restricted, limited, whatever, in your ability to be able to progress and go towards what your north node, which is your destiny. Go towards what it is that's calling out to you. Right here, the Judgment. There's somebody that's in a Queen of Swords energy, okay? And this person could be upright or reversed, but in any case, either way, this person, if they're upright, they are telling you to just, you know, cut your ties and go for it. Cut your ties. They're encouraging you, trying to support you. Okay. If they're in the reverse, they're the one that's trying to keep you from progressing forward. And it could just be a parent or a sibling, friend, you know, jealousy, friend. It could be a partner that you're with who's in the reverse. When they're in the reverse, they are really just trying to get in your way. They're calling you all sorts of names, and I knew there was something I was forgetting, guys. Okay, guys, I am so sorry. I had missed the boat with respect to having the microphone on, and I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to hear. from the beginning, so I'm just going to go and keep going with this. I hope you can hear something. I'm not sure if you'd be able to. So this first pile might be trash. In any case, I'm going to keep going. I apologize. You've chosen the impasse card. This is pile 1. Chosen the impasse card. Okay. And the leisure and sport is like when it's an impasse, you're feeling like there's no way forward, that you're stuck. Just, you can't make progress forward. And then we have leisure and sport, which is basically participating and have fun, which is really saying that you've got the green light to go forward now. You're no longer going to be stuck. This is what the universe is sending you, that you're currently attracting. You're attracting a way forward. The 8 of Cups says that you are walking away from an emotional investment of some kind. Okay, and I kind of went through what I kind of described it, explained it a little bit. It's like an emotional investment. Let's say if you were, in a relationship, that's one thing, right? That's an emotional investment that no longer is something that you desire to have. So you're walking away from it. It's just something that's been kind of keeping you under lock and key, just metaphorically, let's say, perception-wise, from, really stepping out on your own and being your best that you can be and taking charge of your life as the Emperor energy. Now, if it was something like if it's career, it could be money too, that's something's at an impasse for you, that you maybe want to go on vacation and you got the money, but there's somebody standing in your way. Maybe somebody that you want to go with you has decided that either they can't afford to go with you and you can't afford to pay for their way too, or so they're saying, I can't go, which is a disappointment. Or it's somebody that's saying, you can't go. Your boss might have said, yeah, I realize you put in for a vacation at this time, but something's come up and we need you here, so you're not able to go on the vacation and you're not sure when you're going to be able to go, whatever it is. Or it's money that's become an obstacle to you being able to move forward and have some leisure time and happiness. I was also saying too that in the 5th dimension, you've got people, spirit, ancestors, loved ones, spirit guides, guardian angels, all that, trying to help you make this happen. That's where all the rainbows, right? And then of course you got people who are enlightened to, like, tuned into what is your desire that you want to manifest, whether you know them or not. They are tuned in. They're on the same page as you, so they're going to be part of the solution. And you may not even know these people, but somehow a person or two or a group or whatever is going to be able to help you move, like to remove that block and move forward without them even knowing why or who you are, why they're doing it for you or who you are. It's just the way it works, right? That's the universe orchestrating the right people, the right things, at the right timing, events, places, people, and events in the ethers, consciously speaking, like speaking to them intuitively, where they're picking up on messages that says, I need to call this person, or I need to go here, that kind of thing. They may not even know why they feel like they need to, they just do. And then synchronicity happens, right? So that kind of idea. But in any case, you've got help moving forward so that there's no longer an obstacle for you that's creating an impasse for you. You're moving forward. Because when this person's walking away, they're also walking towards something that is good for them. So you're stepping into your shoes of, I'm the King of Pentacles energy. You could be a woman or a man in the King of Pentacles energy. It's just an energy, as we all say. And so you have leveled up in some way, Either you have been working hard and you've got yourself into a career or a job that pays you well, And so money isn't your problem. It is more like maybe there's a person standing in your way, or if you want to be able to go higher in your company or corporation that you work for, you may need to get some education. And let's say you're a person when you came out of high school, way back then, and you said, you know what, I didn't have the greatest grades, even though my parents might want me to go to college. I am definitely not wanting to go to college because that's more school. I don't want any more school. I didn't even like school, this, that, and the other thing. And so you said, I'm not going to school, I'm just working. I'm going to work. I'm going to work and learn, earn and living just working. And now, after years of working, you may see this ideal position for you, but one of the requirements or prerequisites for you to be considered is that you need to have at least a bachelor's degree. And so you think, well, if I really want to get that kind of seniority and authority in the work I do, which I consider my career, I'm going to probably start taking night classes or whatever, right? And so you're going to consider going back to school. And trust me, I was the same way that way. And when I went back to school, it was my late 30s, and I just was totally into it. And I was pulling off A, B's, or not B, 1B. I got 1B in my master's degree program, but everything else was A's, bachelor and master's, A. And anyways, I was very successful in school. I enjoyed it because it just ticked, you know. It was a calling for me, and I did it. I followed it, and I did quite well. I was quite successful in it. So anyways, you are in a position where you could be more. Whether you're leaving a partner behind, and you could be more you could step more into the energy of being, seen as successful or a light or whatever it is. You're just going to feel so much better without that weight on you, the baggage, right? You're going to leave that baggage behind and go towards something better for you. You're taking charge, stepping into your boss, man or woman, shoes. As the Emperor, that's why I was saying this one is somewhat tapped into the higher consciousness of the fifth realm, fifth dimension. So that they do receive intuitive information, whatnot, but they're more so focused at the 3D realm, the third dimension, the worldly dimension of physical things, money and all that. But when you step into the Emperor energy, now you're really like kind of half and half. You're half your focus is on making this as real as possible, because it's a life after all. You got to live your life. But also realizing there is a whole other support system at the soul level. Yeah, so you fully understand that. You not maybe fully, but you grasp it, you entertain it at least. And then the Queen of Swords energy is somebody either in the upright or the reverse. If they're in the upright position, you got somebody who's trying to help you cut away whatever was creating an impasse for you, so that you could move forward. They're helping you do that with encouragement and support. If it's in reverse, it's just somebody that probably in a relationship with, or somebody's parent, in-law, friend, foe, whatever it is trying to get in your way. If they're in the reverse, trying to get in your way and calling you out, telling you can't this, can't that, or just simply getting in front of you all the time to slow you down in some way. But you've got this calling and you're listening. You got a calling, you're making a decision, and you're going to be doing is you're going to be saying, look, this is something of a session for me. However, it's really what I'm moving away from and listening. I'm listening to the divine here, putting my back to the devil, like toxicity, right? Putting my back to what does no longer serve me, that's been acting as heavy chains or a ball and chain to you that's been dragging you down. It could be your mindset, your perception of things, feeling as though you can't do something for some reason. Well, I can't divorce my wife or husband because of the kids, this, that, and the other thing, right? There's some reason that you're feeling like you are like, chained to, but you're turning your back to it, you see. So that is like you are listening to the calling within you, and the calling is like all the spirit. Like I named them all, and there's so much more. The high priest, high priestess. There's the the angels and your spirit guides and your soul, your highest self, God, of course, the universe, and Mother Earth, even the soul of Mother Earth. You've got archangels, you've got earth gnomes, you have nature spirits, you have all sorts of like the ancestors and the ones gone before you, the wise ones like Buddha, Jesus, and the Muhammad and whatever. You have got so much in spirit that it's just been, calling to you, saying, this is what you want to do now. This is your motivation. This is your desire. You want to, the star is a wish that's fulfilled already. You just have to step into it. You just have to make the decision to step into it. You may at times be looking back and having a little nostalgia about how things were good for you then, because at that time, like I was saying before, that you might not have heard because I didn't have the microphone on, but it's like it was good for you then. Whatever it was that you found yourself, like said with that explanation or example of you coming out of high school and deciding, I'm not going to go to college. That's it. Not doing it. It just wasn't something that was on your radar, You needed to go to work. You just needed to go to work. That's even if it was grunt work, you just wanted to work, live your life, go out with your friends, go to the pub afterwards, whatever, and have relationships, have fun, play the field, just doing whatever. And you may have started working at this place where there was a room for advancement and you really like the work, or you would really like it a lot better if you could be in that position, in another position. And so you start thinking, well, you find out that the requirement to be in that position is that you have to have a minimum of a bachelor degree, and you start thinking, I don't know, me in school, I don't know. And then you've got your higher ups and people on the same level you at work are telling you and trying to impress upon you that you'd be great in that role. They'd love it if you were their boss, and the ones in the higher up would say, you know what, you've got all the qualities of being a people person, and you've got all this, you've got great skills. You just don't necessarily have the skills of being a supervisor just yet, or a manager, or whatever it is. But you will if you were to go to school, right? So you might go in and get a business degree, or whatever it is. But you make that decision to do that. You take charge, take control. You listen to your calling. You're hearing it, you're listening. You hear all sorts of people telling you these things. Not only people, but spirit is telling you, whispering to you. So you decide to turn your back on being maybe reticent about not doing something because you might be afraid of it, or you might think you're not going to be able to be successful in it. You're not going to be any good at it, or what if I fail? This kind of stuff, right? You're going to turn your back on that. You're listening to your calling. You're listening to the ones that are helping you, and anyone who is in the reverse here is going to be you're going to turn your back on. You're going to blast them. Don't do it in a way that creates karma, because then you have to pay that off, karmic debt, right? But in just metaphorically, you're going to be speaking loud and clear to them that you're not going to put up with their funny business anymore. That you're not going to allow them to hold you back in any way. That you realize this is what they're doing and it's not going to work. Not this time. So you're just going to step into your vortex, that higher dimensional parallel world to the one you're in, that is has all the things that you desire in it to come true for you, to come in, you manifest into the physical form. So that the degree, like being accepted into school, and then while you're in school, your employer's going to say, well, we can put you in this position as like I don't know, adjunct or something like that while you're training on the job because you're going to school. So you have to continue going to school and get decent enough grades. They might even offer to pay for half of your schooling or all of your schooling, only because they see that much in you, that they want to invest in you. And so it's stuff like that you're going to have, like things are just going to come falling into place, manifesting for you, because you're raising your vibration to having faith in yourself and the belief that you can do this. Faith in yourself and the belief that you can do, letting go of fear and what ifs, so that you actually, your vibration raises up to the vibration of this world, with this parallel world that's your star, your vortex, where all your wishes have come true already. They're there. You just have to step in line with it, become vibrationally matching it. That's the universe sending you what's in your vortex that you're currently attracting. So you will be manifesting what you're currently attracting, because you're going to have faith in yourself that you can do this and this is right for you. That's just that example, right? You apply this to whatever's going on in your life. So it's a matter of looking at, yes, I have achieved a lot already. I've done well for myself. You're King of Pentacles energy. Now stepping into the Emperor, saying, I'm doing this. And it's like you're looking back at saying, that was good for me then. I realized that was good for me then. That's what I wanted. I wanted to just go to school. I didn't want to, or go to work, even if it was grunt work. I just wanted to go to work, be my own, person, without having to go to school and rack up student loan debt and or have to rely on my parents any further, that sort of stuff. So you are, this King of Wands energy is like you're saying, that's it. I'm just I'm putting the past behind me. I realize that this is good. This was good for me then, but it's not good for me now. It's not like it was bad. It could be, it depending on what your situation was, but it was what it is, because now it's just different. I am just feeling that I gotta be somewhere to do something else. So the King of Wands is that you're going to take things further and keep going, putting that energy out so that you can receive the energy of like, coming back and forth. You're going to be talking to people, communicating with people. Things are going to start moving really, really fast for you. This person might be also another person instead of you in that role of they're already your boss, or they will be your boss. Or you've got a friend who's really got the ability to help sort of you move forward, help you in some way to move forward. They might have information, they might know somebody who knows somebody, that kind of thing. But you're like kicking up your feet and having a great time because you have let go of what had been anchoring you down from moving forward. You decided to listen to your call, put what was no longer good for you behind you, turn your back to it, raising your vibration, having that faith and belief in yourself by taking action to do something. Taking action would be like, in that example, would be to apply to school, business school, or whatever, right? You realizing that you've got more to do, more good things to accomplish, more fun to have, and leisure as a result. Like if you come, in that example, if you become manager, whatever, you're going to get 6 weeks of vacation a year instead of the measly 2 that you might have had, if you even had that before. So more leisure time throughout the year. And you'll have salary, so you'll have a lot more benefits, whether you're at work or not, you'll be paid. But the Knight of Wands is that you're just saying, I am doing, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm doing well. Look at me now. I've got my energies balanced. I got my energies. I'm both Emperor, Empress energy. I'm balanced because I'm following my calling, following what it is that was meant to be on my path now that that has been removed in some manner, has been removed for you or by you, and the impasse is no longer there, the obstacle is no longer there, the path is clear, and you're going to be able to be in the position to be in the position now, because like King of Pentacles, Emperor, Empress, plus the King of Wands, or if this is somebody that's helping you, this was somebody could have been helping you or was in your way, but in any case, you are moving forward, and now you're in a position to make offers. You're in the position to help someone else, and that's how I see that card. You have gotten yourself in a position where, if only back then you might be thinking like this, nostalgically, if only I had someone offer me the ability, the opportunity. If only then I might have been doing this sooner, but it wasn't meant to be sooner. It's meant to be exactly when it was happening, which is going to be soon. So this is what I've got for you guys, that what the universe is sending you that you're currently attracting. You're attracting something that's really, really good for you, that you've been wanting, you've got a desire for, you want to be more in line with it, you have been feeling like it was maybe out of your realm, it was just not going to happen for you, or that you knew it could happen, but you had to get this, that, and the other thing taken care of first. Well, it's happening. Green light. Green light is happening for you, moving forward. Okay, guys, I hope you found that interesting, and if you found that it resonates with you and your life story, please let me know. Comment. I'd love to hear it. Thanks until then, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen this card, this image, for card number 5, or hexagram 5 for the I Ching. You may or may not be able to see it. Probably not, but it's in the cloud there. You see the 6 lines. I'm just trying to see if you can see it. Okay, so this is for the question about what's the universe sending you that you're currently attracting. All right, guys, so if you didn't pick this pile because of the image, you might have picked it with a number that resonated with you, either 5 or 6, 56, 65, or 11 if you add them together. If not that, it was your zodiac sign. We got Aries and Virgo, right? Yeah, Aries and Virgo. And then Leo and Gemini. Yep, Leo and Gemini. Aries and Virgo. Okay, and I've chosen these 2 decks. This is tarot, and this is more like it's a manifest success affirmation. So I'm just pulling information that is kind of like keywords to kind of help describe what it is that the universe is sending you that you're currently attracting. So I'm going to pick the key word from card number 5 for the I Ching, which is anticipation. So anticipate, right? The universe is sending you something. So anticipate whatever it is that you're currently attracting. All right, let's see what we can tell you about that. Anticipation. Wonderful. And look at this affirmation. I take inspired action towards success. Yeah, that's basically what we're talking about, isn't it? That's funny. Okay, so I take inspired action towards success. You're writing something. 36, card 36 is a 9. You're ending an energy of something to have the 1, the number 1, which is a new beginning. Okay, so you're writing something, either writing down something, whatever it is that you want to do, that you're inspired to succeed in, or you are, communicating some way to somebody, maybe even to spirit. All right, let's get some information. So 5, the number 5, of course, is change. So anticipate something is changing for you. Something is actually taking shape for you right now. It's changing for you, pile 2. You are the creator of that. You're the one causing that to happen with your thoughts and feelings and actions as well. Been working towards making something happen for yourself, even if it's meditation. Yeah, meditating on it. Okay, so we have the Apprenticeship of Winter Cups, which is the Page of Cups. All right, I do believe, yes, the Page of Cups. I'm putting them up because I know I'm going to need the room. Page of Cups. So, you know, that is a brand new page. It's a page, a new page you're turning. That has something to do with love, like love of a desire, love of something. Let's say I love to cook, right? I love to cook. So I'm going to be starting a new page in my life that has to do with pursuing, possibly becoming a chef, working in one of those prestigious restaurants, whatever. I don't know, because I'm not a chef. I don't know much about that realm. I do like to cook, but not to that point. What am I doing here? This is what we got, the 3 of Winter Pentacles. So 3 of Pentacles, which is working, collaborating with something, someone, to make something happen, you know, materially, usually money. And then 4 Winter Swords. It's a 4 of Swords, but there's time for healing and respite, to lay down those thoughts. See, because I take inspired action towards success. Inspired means, right, that you feel inspired by 5th dimension and higher, by the unseen world. I take inspired action. I gut feelings, gut feelings, gut knowing, intuition, right? You tune in, tap in, and get yourself turned on when you rest your thoughts. You rest your mind, your chattering mind, which is what happens when we're in our beta brainwave phase. There's beta, alpha, theta, and delta. Beta is when we're active, conscious. Alpha is when we're kind of relaxed, you know, just kind of chilling out after a long day at work, with your feet up, maybe meditating, whatever it is. Theta is like you really are like bringing your brainwave activity down to the point where you're almost to the point where you fall asleep. Like you are falling asleep. You're actually falling asleep. And then delta is in the phase, the brainwave phase, where you're sleeping and dreaming. You know, the REM, R-E-M, rapid eye movement phase. You come in and out of that through delta phase. Okay. So then we got, so that's the 4 Swords, and we have the Initiative Winter Swords. Initiative. All right, guys. Apprenticeship, initiative. I think the initiative is the, because the apprentice is the apprentice, the young person that's learning, right? Initiative is one that's taking the initiative. The initiative. The initiate of Swords. So it'd be like the what do you call it, the with the swords, what is it? There we go, I lose it. We have the Page, and then we have the Knight. That's it, the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, somebody who has got a lot of information to share. Yep. To speak truthful information, coming fast. Okay, that's why you need to rest, because you got some truthful information coming your way that is part of this whole inspiration action towards your success, because we got the 10 of Pentacles here, 10 of Winter Pentacles. Because that's it, you know, you're moving towards great legacy, great success, great abundance, prosperity, commitment to it in whatever form, like situation you're in. The Six of Swords is moving towards a solution, leaving what was troubling behind and moving towards your success here. Got the Ace of Cups. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, the Seven of Wands, which is boundaries, putting up boundaries and standing your ground. And you know, you've learned from the past and you've evolved. So you put up boundaries, even if it's just towards yourself. Like this is what I'm going to accept from myself from now on. You know, like let's say if you're trying to kick a habit of smoking, let's say, and every time you had a cup of coffee or every time you had a drink, you'd have a cigarette or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. You're going to say to yourself, I'm just not going to go to the bar. At least for a month, I'm not going to go to the bar, because at the bar and I'm being social and drinking, I want to have a cigarette. So I'm just not going to do that. That's going to the bar with friends or whatever. That's just going to have to be out of my usual, you know, routine of socializing habits or movement, whatever. And you're going to say no bar to your friends for at least a month, because I want to kick this habit, right? That's a boundary, a rule. And it could be that you are going to say to your friends, if you want to come visit me, that's fine, but you can't smoke in front of me in my house. If you want to smoke, you're going to have to go outside. And that's just going to be a boundary, right? For your friends to be able to visit with you because you're serious about quitting smoking. Then you have the Eight of Pentacles. That's working hard. Focused on your money. Focused on working hard, maybe working too hard. We'll see. We got the future, the near future, after the future. Ascending to spring is the 21. That's, you know, closing out a chapter. That's the World card. 21. Ascending to spring. So you're moving out of winter into spring. You're ascending. You're actually making that change. And we talked about Master of Winter Wands, which is the King of Wands. Take a charge. Two of Swords is like having a choice to be made, maybe no longer sitting on the fence, because you become the Artisan of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles. With, yeah, we got the Three of Swords and the Nine of Cups, and then the Empress card, and so forth, so on. But this is what we got going on here, is the Queen of Pentacles energy. Remember, you can be a man or a woman in the Queen of Pentacles energy. So we have Page of Cups, something that you love, or something that is that's been coming to you, and it has been taking its sweet time. So it's kind of like it's apologizing to you for being delayed. But I think it's that you are falling in love with this new idea that you have, or this, maybe it was something you had on the back burner, something you've been wanting to do for a while and never thought it was possible. And you're saying, now's the time. You're feeling like now's the time. So you're taking that inspired action. You're feeling like this is divine timing now. It's time to do this. That things are just in place. People, places, and things are all in place now. And so you're going to start collaborating, like talking with, making discussions, either with telling your friends about this, how you feel about something, or you are going to be working with a group of people, or you're going to be looking at working with somebody, talking to somebody, getting some information from, and maybe having a mentor help you out. Whatever it is, it could be a counselor, because your situation might be to do with a relationship, but it could also do with work. It could be money. But in any case, it's like you take this seriously. You take the idea of not moving too quickly, that you check in with what is your next move, because you're putting something to bed. 9, ending it. Putting something to bed, this change here with the anticipation. You're anticipating something, a change. And you know it's about making sure that you don't do something that you just at the wrong time. Timing's bad. You have to listen to your heart, your gut, your intuition, because there's a whole lot of information coming forward, and it's coming forward fast, and you know you need to be ready for it. So when you come back into full consciousness of beta from the alpha theta phase, brainwave, come back into full consciousness of beta, you have to, you got to take charge. You got to go. You got to do it. You got to do it. You've listened. You've heard. You felt. There's something that you got to do, because you're going towards your great big blessings, right? Towards your blessing of so much. Like this is a family at Christmas time, and the tree is large. It's got a great big light at the top of it. It's well adorned, and it's got lovely presents all nicely wrapped underneath with the family right there. Everybody's going to have a good time here. Now, if this doesn't have to do with your family, it's just that things are happening for you financially, materially, that you're going to have great big blessings, because fruitfulness, because the tree is huge, and this great big light that's like emitting light this way and that way all over the place. So you've got some good stuff on your path, and you could possibly even be tasting it right now. Definitely seeing it in your mind's eye. Yes, look at this, seeing it in your mind's eye right there. You're projecting what is that you're moving towards. In other words, you're manifesting. You're projecting your thoughts and feelings, and you're manifesting, because you're finding a solution to what it is that your heart has been on for a while. Now, this could be a relationship that you actually have a new beginning, a new offer by the divine to meet somebody that you're going to fall in love with. But if not, it's like you are following your life path that really inspires you, makes you feel good. You're in love, self-love. You're following what it is that your heart is calling out to you. And you know it. You're feeling inspired through it. You're getting all sorts of truths and messages coming your way. It's going to be so much for you to have to process, that you're going to need to every now and again, at least maybe once a day, once a night. Like they say, when we go to bed, we lay there and we process. Our brain processes what happened the day of that night, before we actually fall into that deeper sleep of theta, delta. Yeah. So 7 of Wands is that you have evolved to the point where you're able to say, I am going to fight for this. This is nothing's going to stand in my way. This is what I'm going to be doing. Because, I feel like it's time. I feel inspired to do it. And it is something that I have been working hard on and focused on. And I'm going to continue to work hard and focus on to make sure that it comes into my realm, which is ascending to spring. Is like I'm closing out the chapter, because it's a brand new chapter. I'm closing out a chapter of not having this experience, and I'm in a new chapter because, new page here, and new offer of, what you're feeling you're really in love with, that you truly desire this, like it's something you're going to love having or love doing. With the Master of Wands, it's a King of Wands. You take charge to make sure that this comes to fruition for you. You're not going to be lingering on the fence. If you have been, you're not going to be doing it much longer. That's what it is. It's just you've made up your mind. There's none of this Two of Swords. Not following what your heart is saying, because we usually, with the Two of Swords, we've got our arms crossed in front of our heart. We're blocking our heart. We're blocking listening to our intuition. We're not even using our eyes. There's usually a blindfold on the person, and the Two of Swords. We don't want to see what it is that we need to do, because of what our heart is trying to get us to do. You're not doing that anymore. That's something of the past for you. If you had done it before, you're not afraid anymore. Not afraid to make the decision to move forward. And then you are like the Artisan of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles. You are, look at you, you're at it. You're going for it. You're working. She might be concocting some kind of potion. I'm not sure. But she's busy making something. She's manifesting whatever it is that she has got her mind focused on, her heart and mind focused on. She is someone who's truly successful, especially in the material world. But she's also tapped into. She's tapped into spirit. Like that's where the Queen and Kings are. They're tuned into spirit. But their quality, their earthly quality it expands as a result of that. So the Queen of Pentacles, she is somebody who people go to for advice. She knows how to make money, and she's good with money. She knows how to make a great meal, and she knows how to manifest what it is that her dreams are. She manifests them in the real world. Like she's somebody who lives in her dreams because she can afford to. She manifests her dreams into physical reality, and that's her living them, and she can afford to, because she's whatever dreams. If she dreams of having a 24-room mansion, she's going to manifest that, because this is the energy that does that right there. And so this is what I got for you guys, is that what the universe is sending you, that you're currently attracting, is you're attracting everything that you're capable of dreaming up. You are having, that's going to be coming to you, because you're going to make it happen. You are going to make it. You're in the energy of being able to make it happen, because you are taking inspired action towards yourself. You're already taking those baby steps or larger steps or whatever, but you are listening. You're tapping into what it is that your heart, you're hearing your heart say, this is what you want. This is what you want to do. So there's no time like the present. Let's go ahead and let's get started. Let's do this, or let's keep going. You know, it's something you know you're going to love. It's a new page on your life. You know, you've closed out a chapter in your book of not doing it, because you're on a new page and the new beginning, a new path of doing what it is that you love, that you know you're going to love, and you're going to do it. You're right in the middle. We got the Ten of Pentacles. Like you are super successful in whatever it is, whatever you're doing. Okay, you're taking charge, you take control, make sure that happens. No more sitting on the fence. And this is your energy. You're the one that people look at and say, successful. The king is as well, right? But the king not necessarily, like, because the king is more masculine energy than feminine energy. He's not so much in, like, you know, dreaming these things up. He's actually into, like, you know, hard at work, putting the work in to make his success happen. Where she dreams it, she lives in the realm of her dreams. She dreams and makes it happen. She believes in her ability to manifest her dreams. King makes it happen, but he has all sorts of spiritual help to do that, because he is just like the Queen, tapped into the fifth dimension and higher as well. That's your energy. And that's what's coming to you, is that you have it already available to you, pile 2. It's just a matter of you just keep on trucking the way you've been doing it, and just believing in yourself even more and more as you move forward, knowing that whatever it is that you're reaching for, whatever it is that needs to change, you can anticipate it happening, right? And that's the key word here. 5, anticipation. You can anticipate it happening because you have got spirit, as well as your own initiation. You're someone who actually does things. You do it. You do it. You're the king of King of Wands energy. You just make it happen. You take charge, take control, and you just make sure you do it. Take action. I take inspired action. Always take inspired action. That if there's any advice, I'd say take inspired action. Get yourself slow your mind down. If it's too busy someday, get into a position in your home. Get relaxed. Listen to some soothing music, even if it's meditation music. Make sure no one's around to bother you. Shut your phone down, that sort of thing, unless you're listening to your phone because the music's on your phone. Put earbuds in and just breathe. Breathe yourself down into relaxation. When you take in deep breaths slowly and let it out slowly, then your muscles start relaxing because you're taking in more oxygen than you normally do. It's getting into your bloodstream, going to your brain, telling your brain that everything's just fine. Everything's good. You can relax, right? That's what meditation does for you, as well as it helps you hear your highest self whispering to you. And your highest self involves every spirit or being or light, anything that's of the realm that we don't see, that you can't see with your physical eyes. That is, spirit, right? So listening to spirit to inspire you. Spirit inspires. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. Please let me know if this related to you in some way. I'd love to hear from you, and thank you so much for coming by and watching the video. Bye for now. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You've chosen this image. If you chose it intuitively, you looked at this card number, what is it? Number 45. Yes, card number 45 or hexagram 45. You see the hexagram here. I Ching. Okay, so if it wasn't that, it was something else that you used to choose it to look at what the universe is sending you that you're currently attracting. It might have been 1 or 2 that resonated with you, or 12 or 21 or 3 if you add them together. And if it wasn't the number or the card, it was your zodiac sign. We have Sagittarius and Capricorn with, what's that? That's Libra. Yeah, Libra and Pisces. Okay. All right, these are the cards I've chosen, the decks I've chosen. I'm going to pull this one out, and then we're going to read the key word for card number 45. So, card number 40, collectiveness. Collectiveness. Working together. Joining. Maybe even spiritually, you're connecting with the higher realms. All the beings, the higher realm. So 45 is 9. That's ending something. So that you can have a new beginning. Right? Well, that's what you're, attracting to you. The universe sending you what you are currently attracting. Okay, we have got the silent curse. All right, let's see what it says here. What unspoken pain or past experience is still affecting you? How can you break its hold? Okay, the silent curse. So something that has been, and it's kind of in line with pile 1. What was pile 1's word? It was, what was pile 1? I can't remember now. You can't even remember the number, what it was. Impasse, I believe. Yes. Card number 39, impasse. So, collectedness would be you joining with others, even if it's joining with spirit guides and guardian angels and archangels and ancestors, or people that you've loved here in this lifetime and have already moved on to the other side. Anything that you pray to, deity, Jesus, God, Muhammad, Buddha, that sort of thing. Anything that you pray to is something that you are connecting with to make something heal. Make something heal. The word came to me, make something heal, and to come. It could be a relationship needs to heal between you and a child, parent, a spouse or a partner, friend. friend, something. What unspoken pain or past experience is still affecting you? They might have said something. How can you break its hold? So there is something that is kind of got a hold on you, in the sense that it's something from the past that someone said or did, or you could even did something that you feel regretful about, or shameful about, or just berating yourself, beating yourself up. But I feel like it's more like someone else has done something to you, said something to you. Even if it's like childhood, that pounded into your head that you would never amount to anything, or that you couldn't do something. Let's say you wanted to be, let's say a doctor when you're a kid, right? Doctor, and your parents or siblings are always telling you, you're not smart enough to be a doctor. You have to be a whole lot smarter than you are to be a doctor. Just things like that might have stuck with you, and has kind of held you back from reaching for the brass ring, right? To go for what it is. Maybe you found out that you went through school and you had really great grades, and you still have this internal desire to want to help people in some way. And it might be help people with their health issues. Maybe you thought, well, I could become a candy striper at the local hospital. Candy striper, someone that, if you don't know what a candy striper is, candy striper is just a young person, usually in school, who goes there after work, or after school, pardon me, and helps the staff, like the nurses, hospital staff, take care of kind of menial things like taking water around to all the patients, helping out with bedpan service, or maybe helping the nurse with bathing, or you might have to do the bathing. Some patient needs to be bathed. It could just be that you are going to be there to help, spend some time with a patient that's lonely, that would like to have a companion to talk to, or at least someone to listen to them for a time, just a period of time. You might need to clean. You might need to spend time either helping in the kitchen with getting the next meal or the desserts out, filling up the tray that goes around the hospital, that all the trays that come to each patient. Or you might need to mop the patient's floors or the hallway, maybe do some filing at the nurse's station, and I don't know, whatever. Candy striper is there just to help out with whatever it is that the hospital staff need at the time. So you are like maybe thinking you'll do that, you'll go in, you have a desire to help in that way, so you apply yourself in that way after school. You're a candy striper, and then after you're finished, you graduate and whatever, you still have that desire, but you put your candy striping days away a long time ago, right? And you still have the desire, but it's not as strong anymore because friends and relationships and the whole idea of going to college or not going to college and just going to work. And you got out of high school with exemplary grades, that you definitely have the grades to be able to apply for going into medicine or whatever it is for a bachelor degree. I don't know. Maybe it's all the biology classes that you would take for as biology would be your bachelor degree, that would then set you up for being able to apply for medical school to become a doctor. Just anything, right? Just coming up with something. But yeah, you might have been feeling as though you suppressed your desires to be able to be something that you feel would change the world in some way, because your parents or siblings or whoever always kept telling you, they dumbed you down. You know, it dumbed you down, made you feel like you weren't good enough. That would never happen. You'd never have the money anyways to do it. You know, just stuff like that. So it could be something from childhood. It's that the bottom line, that all of that is something from childhood, your past, that has stuck with you. A belief that you have, you know, you perceived something about yourself that was a perception that would say, I can't be successful. There's nothing about me that's worthy. I'm not going to be successful at doing something like that. No one would take me, you know, I wouldn't be able to get into school. I don't have the money for it. And, you know, I'd probably fail. And so you don't ever really reach for the brass ring. You kind of just go from high school into just doing whatever job, or maybe you went in to go to school, to college, and you took some other kind of, maybe you wanted to just get an art degree. I don't know. And art degree is great, but you know, you have to have the connections in order to be able to to put your art degree in practice in some ways. That's going to make you feel like you have, you're putting your creative talent and your education to good use. Okay, so whatever it is, I don't know. But there's something someone said, whether it was from your childhood and you have this strong belief about your worthiness that is kind of holding you back, like that impasse. And this is the collective, is that you are being inspired to overcome this. You're being encouraged to overcome this. It could be you're working in a group and the group is helping you. Let's say you have been in a relationship with an alcoholic partner, and you're in a group, the Al-Anon group for the spouses of alcoholics. The spouses of alcoholics, you're an Al-Anon group. And so there are people that are suffering with or dealing with what you have. Maybe you have a parent that's suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia, and so you've been a caregiver for them. So you belong to a group of other people who are caregivers. And trust me, I did that. What was that? That was my master's thesis, was on caregivers of people suffering from Alzheimer's, and how caregivers are really, they suffer a great deal. Not to the same way as the person, their loved one, suffers, but they give up a lot to be able to be someone's caregiver, and they suffer depression and anxiety as a result. Most often, it's the chances of a caregiver not suffering depression or anxiety, which leads to depression, is pretty slim. This usually happens. There's the numbers, especially in the United States anyways. So it could be anything, but it could also be that you are in touch with what you know to be a spiritual group, you know, of light beings, that you're part of the fifth dimensional, what do they call it? The fifth dimensional people who, spirit that is on some kind of like a board, like a board of directors kind of thing. What do they call that? Keep thinking the letter starts with C, or the word starts with C. Anyways, I don't recall. But if it's not a spiritual group that you're connected with, which you are anyways, whether you actively work with them or not, or associate with them or not, you are. But it'd be physical people that you're collectively working with. And it could be, light workers too, where we're all people, but we are in tune with the higher realms, and we work with the higher realms to send out energy to the collective, to the world, right? To help heal the world. And there's that word heal come back from. So something that was unspoken pain or the past experience is still affecting you. You need something to, you're moving towards healing that. So hallelujah. Thank goodness. All right, let's find out what tarot has to say about all this. Archangel Mike, Holy Spirit, thank you for this. What is it pile 3 is working with to heal what? Ace of Wands, yeah. Feeling motivated to take action. Motivated to make this whatever it was, that pain or suffering or whatever it is that's going on with you, mentally, emotionally, physically, physically could be, and spiritually too. Physically could be your health, right? The health concern or issue that you're dealing with, a disease or diabetes, that's a disease. But it could be fibromyalgia. It could be, of course, it could be, if it's not mental, emotional, like suffering from depression or anxiety. It could be anything that physical, some kind of symptoms you have, condition you have. Ace of Wands, yep. You're taking the divine is giving you this opportunity to make this happen, to heal whatever it is. It's needs to go now. The Hierophant, wow, God is. You have what it takes to be an authority on this. Is what I'm seeing. You have what it takes to be authority of this. Authority. Like you have, is like I said, if you are dealing with somebody who's an alcoholic, for example, and you've lived with it, suffered from it for a long time, parent with Alzheimer's or whatever, you're an authority on what it takes in order for you to be able to rise above the suffering, the previous suffering. And you therefore have the ability to help others do that too. We've just been talking about going, somebody who wants to go, who feels inspired to help others, like medically, whatever. Yeah. So you have the ability to help others. You want to be someone in the helping role because you've been there. You've been there and you've done it yourself. You've been there and done it. The universe is sending you the ability to make it happen. God is, God and everything that God represents is just spirit in the form of spirit guides and angels and archangels and this and that and this. Jesus included, Holy Spirit, your soul. It's God is on this with you, is in this for you. Like I can't help but see this here as a hexagram. I don't know why. Just like look. Reminds me of a hexagram. So it's so you are tuned in, tapped in, turned on with the collective mind. That might be that C. I don't know. There's a higher calling, a higher organization of that I'm not much into, because I'm more of a belief that all of this is not our true reality anyways. So everything that we think is like dimensions and realms and angels and guides and all that sort of stuff, the universe itself is really, it's not real. It's a dream that the highest mind has had. Being as powerful as had, it's made the mind believe that it's real. Made the mind first, and then made the mind to believe that what it sees, tastes, touches, smells, and hears is real. And so, and that anything that can't be seen, taste, touched, and so forth and so on with the five senses, physical senses, anything that's like a sixth sense is not real. It's convinced itself that the only reality is this physical world. There's no, our reality is not of the spirit. Spirit's just there, maybe, if you believe in it. Spirit's just there to help us, but this is our true reality. But I'm not of that mind. So there's the commission, some kind of commission. I don't know what it is, but it's higher spirit beings that make decisions on our soul's behalf. Yeah, okay, so anyways, Five of Swords. Ooh, sabotaging energy, or doing what it takes. Doing what it takes, or sabotaging energy. Moving it up, moving it up, moving it up. Okay, Six of Wands. That's evolution. That's evolving. That's someone who's successful. Okay, someone who's successful, evolving. You've got your shite together, and it's like it's happening for you. You're going to be seen as being someone who is following your destiny, your successful path. The Prince of Cups, that is the Knight of Cups. Someone's got something for you with the Moon, and you're not too clear about it or sure. With Six of Cups, this is from a long time coming, past. With the Prince of Wands, wow, that's a Knight of Wands. Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands. Yeah, the Three of Swords, heartbreak, okay. Four of Wands, celebration. Three of Cups again, celebration. The Empress, and then the Queen of Cups. And the Nine of Cups. Why don't we just throw that out there too? The World, the High Priestess, and so forth. We'll just put the High Priestess on the peripheral. But this is your near future after your future. This is the future after your future. All right, looks good, guys. Yeah, it looks really, really, really good. But I'm seeing this as something to do with romance. Something to do with, ooh, yeah, somebody said something in the past that hurt you, or did something that hurts you. Yeah, did something that hurt you. Jeez. Okay. This is all like, this is like the story of the past. Somebody had they were high on their pride and ego. Okay, so somebody hurt you in the past, okay? And you are like this, going, why me? Why did this happen to me? How could he or she have done that to me? And the collective, the higher commission, or whatever spirit, what I don't remember what it's called, is inspiring you to let go of the pain. Let it go. The universe has been inspiring you, and you've been connecting with it because you've been feeling the urge to do it, to let go. But it's like, sometimes a lot of times, not just sometimes, we are so related to pain, to hurt, to anger, that we want to be angry. We want to be mad. We want to be depressed, at least for a time, but we want to be. We wear it like a badge of honor, or some kind of an award. It's like something we've been through, been there, done it, and it's like that victory thing where we wear it as a badge of honor. I'm a victim. I'm a victim, and I want everybody to know that I've been hurt. We've been there. We all do that. It's not just you, pile 3. We've all been there, done that. And this could be very well what this is. The Ace of Wands. This is my announcement that I am a victim, or I was a victim. But you have been listening to your heart's urges to say, I need to break the hold. I need to break the hold, and so you are. You're breaking hold of this. You're breaking hold of what it was that someone did that hurt you, romantically, probably. 5 of Swords. You know, the person's ego sabotaged your relationship. Like their pride and ego, and maybe whatever else that's attached to that they use, right? Like this, as has betrayed you. You know, they sabotaged. They've been trying to make it right with you. They had tried to make it right with you. They tried to make you believe that you could be successful with them. You know, that they'll change. Like the alcoholic, right? I won't drink anymore. Or I'll go to AA, you know, this, that, and the other thing. I'll do whatever it is. I don't want to lose you. That sort of thing. And you have been feeling like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to lose this relationship. I love this person. I want to be with them. They're so great when they're not drinking, or they're so great when they're not doing drugs. They're so great when they're not being a butthole, you know? They're good. They're a good father or mother. They're a good father or mother to the kids. They're good when they're not beating me up. You know, whatever it is. You have been praying for a solution. You've been praying for something to come that will help you heal this past, heal this relationship, heal this ouch, so that the two of you can, you know, praying that somehow they will come back, they'll come around. They'll stop doing what they were doing there. They'll stop behaving the way they behave, talking to me the way they behave, or talk to me. You know, they might be calling you down. That you're praying that they will be better, that they will get better, that their promises that they're making is that they'll keep their promise and they'll be better. They'll put their ego aside. You know, their need to be something better than what they believe themselves to be. Because this person who's alcoholic, yes, it can be in their genes, but it's also a belief that they're not. That there's something that causes a person to drink or do drugs. It's about their most internal self that says you're not enough, you're unworthy, and these thoughts of I'm a failure, or I'm not enough, I'm not this, not that, I can't be this, can't be that. They have to numb it. They have to numb it, and it could be someone who is like perpetually having sex with other people, you know, going outside the marriage or the relationship perpetually. It could be gambling, anything. Somebody who doesn't work and promises that they'll get a job, and they're still not working to help, you know, pay for everything that you need in order for you to remain living in the house you're living in. Paying the rent and stuff like that, and they work for a little while, but then they get fired. You know, this stuff like that. That's very, very painful for you to have to experience, to go through with this person or these people, and they're trying to convince you that they'll change, that they don't change, and you know it, but it's like you just sometimes just want to. You just want to be able to believe in it. You want to be able to believe in it. So you say, okay, because you know you've been with this person for a long time, and this has been a long time coming. This is the past. Somebody Could be a sweetheart that you have known for a long time, been with them since high school or even middle school, but college, you've been with them for a while. But they have their flamboyant ways. Page of Wands. They're flamboyant. So flamboyant could be, having sex, cheating on you. But it could be flamboyancy in spending all your money, gambling. Flamboyant in putting on, being this really party guy, party girl, doing drugs, drinking, whatever, that they're the life of the party when they get themselves high on something. It's anything, but in any case, whatever it is for you, it's been terribly heartbreaking for you. Terribly. Let's see here. What I see here is that this can go two different ways here. This is you being able to find a solution with this person and have a happy home life and celebrate with your friends. Okay, now that's possible for you. The universe may be sending you that way, because right now I don't see anyone else here like that could be the Prince of Wands, but I just don't feel like that someone else is on your path that is in love with you and wants to give you their cup of love. But I don't feel like that because of this card here and this one. This one, and then this one. This, and this. Well, not so much that one, but this, the Five of Swords, Six of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the Three of Swords makes me feel like this is your person trying to convince you that they'll change. That what they said, they're apologizing for. What they did, they're apologizing for. They say they'll never do it again. So then, you commit to that. You commit to staying with them, to try to help them to change. Try to help them overcome their demons, right? Try to help them overcome their demons, and you keep the family together. You keep the relationship together, and you celebrate how the two of you are making things happen, that you're healing this relationship. And you have grown so much from this. Grown from, you've been there, done that, you've been in pain, but that's what pain's for, is to help us grow. It's help us to, like when we reach rock bottom, it's too depressing down here, I'm in the dark, I can't take this anymore. Either going to, do something severe to myself, or I'm going to look up and see the light and find a way out of my hole. And that's what the pain is not about. Doing something severe to yourself. It's not meant for that. It's meant for us to look up instead of looking down and see the light. And you've been doing that, seeing the light and saying, I need your help. Oh my God, by God, I need your help. I need your help. I need this healing. This person keeps hurting me this way or the other. And so you've grown so much, so much. You fall back in love with them. You're feeling really quite emotionally content now. And the chapter it's a new chapter in your life with this person. Okay? You can go that way, right? That you're healing that with this person that has been promising you the world and only giving you, I don't know, the next day. I don't know. But giving you not the world, but what? The paver on your front doorstep. I don't know. Okay, so if it's not that, okay, could be for some of you, right? And this is what the universe is sending you, because you're allowing yourself to look up and heal what has gone on before that hurts you, and you're saying, I gotta take action. I gotta do something. I gotta do something. You might be inspired by the fact that you have the light to look towards after you've been sitting at rock bottom, right? Okay, so if it's not that, it's like you're choosing to find, you're choosing to see how your home life is not going to change. You're choosing to see, or you're realizing that it's not going to change. They are too much involved in whatever else that they do that hurts you. Okay? Is this like, it could be celebration or a third party situation. Third party could be using drugs. Third party could be gambling. Third party could be whatever it is that's hurting your heart. It could be anything. Not working. Third party could be they're choosing not to do what they need to do to stay employed, or to even become employed. That they spend all your money, third party, on a third party situation, which could be they're buying expensive things that you really can't afford to buy. Or those drugs or alcohol or whatever. Okay, so your home life, which is the Four of Wands, is it's crumbling. It's under threat because they're choosing to continue to engage with a third party of some kind. Could be a lover. Okay, they're choosing to do that. You have grown wise to it. You've grown wise from all the promises that were made but never kept. You've grown wise. You've grown through this pain. As always, you've grown through this pain. You've decided that it's time for you to do what it is that makes you in love with your life. To feel good, to be in love. To be in love with someone, or be in love with your life. You're in the Queen of Cups, somebody who, is not afraid to wear your heart on your sleeve, to become vulnerable, and to do what it takes in order for you to be happy, for you to be in love with your life and be happy. Vulnerable, but emotionally secure, which is the Queen of Cups, emotional secure one. This was like beating your emotions up. It was like a roller coaster ride for you. You've decided, you're pulling those swords out of your heart, leaving it behind because they've chosen the third party situation, and you've wised up to their promises, is what I'm trying to say. You've wised up to their promises, with the help of spirit, with angels, trying to help you heal what it is you might have fallen for from time to time. Time and time again, their promises, right? That their ego is about, they need to have their ego stroked by you. And it's only you that can stroke their ego. They can't lose you, they'll tell you. It's you I want to be with, without saying, it's my ego that needs to be stroked, and you're really good at stroking it. That kind of thing. I need you to keep stroking my ego. And so, come on, we've been together forever, Six of Cups. And so what if I'm flamboyant and I do this, that, and the other thing? I engage with third-party situations. And so what if your heart is broken? You need to be with me. I promise to change. I won't break your heart anymore. You've wised up with all that. You've become clear. Okay, you weren't there before. You've wised up and you said, no, it's me now. It's me this time. It's me that I need to make promises to and keep. And then you're in the Nine of Cups energy of feeling emotionally fulfilled. You're just like going, okay, I'm finally putting myself first. I am not falling for the promises that always are broken anymore. I've become clear about this. I'm an Empress energy. I am like up there from learning so much about what I've been through here. So it's like, how much longer do I need to let this guy or girl kick me in the heart, to continue to hurt me? How much longer, how much older do I need to be before I make the decision to not be with them anymore? And then you make that decision. Well, you've already made it. So you've already made it here. You said this home life is not a happy home life. It's not happy. It's not celebratory. We're not celebrating our togetherness. Because it could be this way for some of you, but the other way is that this is not a happy home life because they continue to engage with third party. Like I said, it could be drugs, alcohol, a third party person, third party situation could be that. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be. You've wised up. You're saying my life has got to be about what makes me emotionally settled, balanced, fulfilled, right? What makes me being vulnerable. I can be vulnerable and not attract a person who's going to do these things to me again. I can be vulnerable. And it's usually when you allow your heart to reopen from having it shut down because of the pain. When you open it back up, become vulnerable again, that's when you find emotional fulfillment. Nine of Cups. And you've got a new chapter in your life to live. That is going to be a totally different experience because you have been hurt, shut down your heart, right? Your emotions, not sure if you can trust anyone. And then you say, you kick some butt. That's what you do. You say, no, I realize I realize that this is never going to be a happy home anymore. It's never going to be a happy home. Even though how much I wanted it. I was even going to confuse myself through believing that it was possible. Yeah, I was going to be able to convince myself that it was possible if I just loved them a little bit more. If I just loved them harder. And I was more understanding this, that, and the other thing. I could change this person, or I could help this person heal, and we could have this happy home. Well, you've woken up to that with the Empress energy, and you're letting that not so happy home go. And you're choosing you, the Queen of Cups. You're going to open yourself back up because you're Empress. You've learned a lot. And that's what this is from. This is about you suffering some kind of pain that catalyzes growth, spiritual growth, and personal development, right? And that's what's happened, is that you hit rock bottom with this situation and you couldn't see anything but darkness, like the depression about it, the pain and the depression about it. So you looked up and you said, I see you're there. I mean, basically it comes down to who's going to help me? Who can help me? And you look up and you go, oh yeah, there's God. Or if there's really a God, if you don't really fully have faith in that, you'd be saying, like, if there really is a God, you're going to help me. And that's you praying for help. If there really is a God, you're going to help me. Yeah. You start a new chapter in your life from healing the ouch. Healing the ouch, having grown wise beyond your years now. Growing wise beyond your years, taking care of you, becoming more open to love, being vulnerable again, but in a very grown way. Not from a schoolgirl way, because this is the path, like Six of Cups, right? Schoolgirl or boy way. Again, you can be a man in the Empress energy. Or just somebody who is maybe a little naive in the love front, or hopeful, maybe not as realistic, that kind of thing. You know, there's lots of young people in their 20s that are like that, 20s, 30s. So you are seeing what was there written on the wall all this time. You're finally seeing it, and that has helped you. This has helped this. The collective has helped you realize that you have what, if there's any one, it would be the one, the God, right? Oneness that could truly help pull you out of that rock bottom situation. If there's anything at all, it is the one that can do that through your asking for that help, and you've done that. You've done it. You keep doing it, and you're getting yourself out of this situation. And this is what you're attracting. This is what the universe is sending to you. A new chapter in your life with a whole lot of emotional fulfillment, with an open heart, and the wisdom you gained from your pain, your suffering. Okay? I hope this was helpful to you, and I'm so sorry you're going through this. But you know, the good thing is that it's your healing is coming, and you're moving on in such great ways. So if this resonates with you at all, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Take care, and thanks for watching this video. Bye for now.